just seeing images of Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the President of the United Arab Emirates, walking down to the tarmac at the Indira Gandhi Airport. He's been president since May 2022. There he is on your screen right now, President of the United Arab Emirates. Remember, he served as the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi from 2004 till 2022. Before that, he was the Deputy Crown Prince in Abu Dhabi. Nityanand Rai, the Minister of State for Home Affairs, who's from Bihar Lok Sabha seat. Udaipur is the one who welcomed him there. You see Dr. Aman Puri from the Ministry of External Affairs. So the UAE, of course, a federation of 7 states in the Middle East, and that's where the President is from. On your screen right now, Nityanand Rai, the President of the United Arab Emirates, coming to India. And the phenomenal thing, Veena Sikri, has been Prime Minister Modi's ability to stitch alliances and friendships with countries in the UAE, with a country like Saudi Arabia, which for a very long time was seen as being very partisan towards Pakistan, and to pull them away. You know, it's not like they've given up their friendship with Pakistan, but they now treat India as an important friend. And to my mind, that is one of the big foreign policy successes of Prime Minister Modi's term.
Absolutely right. I think that Prime Minister Modi's outreach to these very significant countries in the Gulf, the UAE and Saudi Arabia, has really cemented Prime Minister Modi's role and India's role as a rising power and as a country that has arrived on the world stage. Because we have seen that with each of these countries, Prime Minister Modi has been able to work out a program of cooperation based on mutual benefit and mutual trust. So each of these countries is willing to work, whether it is an FTA, whether it is a PTM agreement, the use of Indian rupees in Dubai, or it is a program of cooperation with Saudi Arabia in the petroleum sector. These are very successful and major programs that each of these countries has been willing to commit with India, and these are actually being implemented. There's no delay at all. It's agreed within a few months and weeks. These are all implemented. So this is a great point of success of Prime Minister Modi's building rapport and building confidence among leaders of these critical countries. Quite different from what it was even a few years ago. So I think
able to pull this off, Vivek Kajju. The fact that these are countries which for decades have been far more pro-Pakistan, and in bodies like the OIC quite anti-India, to pull them away from Pakistan's embrace. Of course, the fact that the Pakistani economy has been imploding and the country is far less consequential than it ever was, and the fact that India has grown in stature. But that apart, given Prime Minister Modi's credentials, given the political religious outlooks of some of these countries in the Gulf region, it's a very big achievement.
I think there is no doubt that the attention that the Prime Minister has paid to West Asian countries, especially Saudi Arabia and UAE, has been in India's interests. But there are a couple of other factors to permit me to say. The first of these is that there has been an evolution in these countries, in Saudi Arabia and the UAE in particular, which has assisted this process. The UAE, where I have served 40 years ago, I was in the embassy in the UAE, is a far different country under Mohamed bin Zayed, who has been the effective ruler for over a decade now, more than a decade and a half. Then it was. It's more open. It realizes that its interests lie with countries like India. So this is a happy coincidence. Secondly, this process has been going on for decades now. I recollect that when Mrs. Gandhi had visited the UAE in 1981, the joint statement that it issued during that visit had recognized the commonality of strategic interests between the UAE and India. And this was a time when the Pakistanis played a very big role in the military of the UAE. So while Mr. Modi's efforts are laudable and I think his achievements are substantial, we must also recognize that there has been a continuity in our policies and programs towards West Asia. After all, the fact that we have economic interest there, the fact that there has been an Indian community there, that trade has gone up between India and the UAE and Saudi Arabia is not something that has been achieved overnight.